Okay, thank you, Coach. Hope Edmonton's treating you well here. A couple of quick questions about practice today. First, an update on Thomas Chabot, who I understand was not out there today.
Yeah, right now he's day to day. We'll see how he is in the morning. If he can't go, Zub will draw him.
Is this the result of that crash to the net, or is this a number of different things?
No, it's the crash, combined maybe with one other play. But, we're hopeful that he can go. But if he can't, Zub will do the job for us.
Okay, so it means if he does go, it's status quo on defense and Zub won't go in?
Yes.
Okay, up front, you've made some changes as well. And you started in the second period on Thursday night by putting Stützle with Batherson. Did you like that combo? Did you see things click? Because it certainly looked like it from what we watched.
Yeah, it did. I liked our work ethic. I liked the way we stayed on pucks. I thought there was some chemistry. I thought it was Timmy's best game. Certainly with Chris, a veteran centerman that can make plays as well and can help them through it. And then, I think Connor Brown up with Norris and Chucky did a real nice job as well. Got a bunch of chances. And then I think the white line has been really good for us. Whitey's had some chances, it hasn't gone in. Him, Nick Paul, and Dadenoff have been solid. So I think it gives us a little bit more balanced attack than just having the one line loaded up.
Was your emphasis today or even yesterday going into tomorrow night's game, just Thursday was steps taken in the right direction?
Yeah, you know what? We did a lot of really good things. We stayed on pucks. The one thing I didn't like is we took too many penalties, stick penalties, and it's obvious the league's calling them. And usually when you take penalties, it's because you're not skating. So that's something we've got to continue to do is work a little bit harder to get back on top of your guy instead of hooking him. But as a whole, I thought we really worked hard to stay on pucks, to try and get to the front of the net, to box out. We did a lot of really good things. We didn't get the result we want, but if we keep doing that, we will get results.
Hey, DJ, I got a few questions here. Just wondered about, you kind of just talked about this with Gord, but you felt like you made steps in the right direction the other night, pardon me. How do you take the next step, DJ, to get to having success?
Well, the puck's got to go in the net for us. I mean, I do rely on analytics quite a bit. Our power play, according to analytics, should have 5 more goals this year. It hasn't gone in 5-on-5 as well. And defensively, the numbers say that, too many have gone in. So, over time, those numbers usually even themselves out. And, one of these nights, it's all going to go in for us. So all we can do is continue to let the guys play the right way, which I thought we did last game. And if we do that, things will turn in the right direction.
Have you got, and I got another question after this. So have you got guys squeezing their sticks at the moment right now, do you think, DJ?
I think that's fair all the way around the board. I mean, when you don't win in this stretch of time, it's inevitable you're going to get that. And something positive has to happen usually for the floodgates to open and maybe we get a bounce. I mean, they're the hockey gods. We haven't really got a bounce yet, and maybe a couple bounces go our way and some guys start feeling good. I mean, all the way around the board. So all you can do is, I guess the term I use, loose is lucky. So we got to be a little looser with ourselves. And sometimes you get lucky when you're just playing loose.
Just as far as this may seem like an obvious question, but if you take Thomas Chabot out of that mix, what do you lose?
Well, you lose big minute player. You lose a guy that can break us out of our own zone. You lose the guy running the top of your power play. You lose leadership. I mean, he's an elite player in this league. So, but in saying that, when you lose that, you've got to find someone else that's coming in, gets an opportunity, and someone else that's already in plays a few more minutes, and you need that guy to raise his game up. And we're going to have to manage the puck better, obviously, without our top defenseman. But there's no excuses in this league. At the end of the day, we knew, coming in that there's 6 playoff teams that we're playing against every night. It's playoff hockey right now. It's not your typical first month of the season, where, you've got some easier teams or what have you. This is playoff hockey every night. And with Shabby out, some guys are going to have to crank their game up. But I think they want the challenge.
Brent Wallace, TSN.
Hey, DJ, just a couple of questions. One,
We all know that Brady Tkachuk can handle himself and he's a big boy, but would you have liked to seen perhaps somebody else step in as opposed to him trying to take on Vancouver the other night at the end?
Absolutely. I mean, Brady Tkachuk's a really good hockey player. By no means do we want him fighting. And he just plays with so much emotion, and he finds himself into those situations, but that's not at all what we want. I want Brady to be scoring goals. I want him to be on the net on the power play. I want him to be on the net in the ozone. I want him, to be leading us on the ice. That is a situation where we can't have him doing that. He's too valuable, to our team if we ever were to lose him.
And you talked about sparks, and everybody's looking for sparks and all that kind of stuff. Have you thought about perhaps going to Joey Daccord just to create something?
You know what? I think as a coach, that's fair. You got to think of everything. I mean, at this point, the numbers haven't been great, but we have the utmost confidence in both these goalies that they could get on a run going the other way, and all of a sudden you don't give up a goal in 3-4 games. So I think you look at every player that's on your lineup and you say, what if we did this or what if we did that? But Matt Murray's a heck of a goalie. We've got to give him a little more support, and he is going to play his way out of this. And, Hogberg, I think he's given us some decent starts. I didn't think we played great in front of him. So these guys are going to see a lot of starts here in the foreseeable future. But I think it's fair to say you always think, what if, you see every year some goalie comes in, that is a backup or a third string that wins 10 in a row, or, you got to think about it. But right now, my focus is Matt Murray's our goalie, and he's gonna dig us out of this.
Just with regards to Edmonton, have you been able to mastermind a defense of Connor McDavid? And if so, can you share that secret with us?
Yeah. I don't think there's any secret except for you hope he has an off day, and you hope he doesn't have his legs, and you hope he misses a net. But you have to stay above him. He's the most dangerous rush player, counter puncher there is in the world today. If you turn pucks over and give him odd man rushes, he's going to have breakaways. He's going to have 2-on-1s. I mean, him and Draisaitl, I believe, I'm not sure they were the other day, leading the league in scoring. So, you're going to have to make them play defense. And if you don't make them play defense, you're going to be in trouble. So, we're going to do everything we can to try and stay out of the penalty box and also to stay above them all night.
Final one is back to Bruce Garrioch.
Hey, DJ, just two things. Number one, how long is Wolanin out?
We figure 7 to 10 days, when it started. We knew, when you went on IR, it's on automatic week. So, they had figured for sure a week. We're hoping that it's only a week. I think he was really coming. He was breaking pucks out for us. He was doing a lot of good things, and I think we got a great player in him. So, we're hoping shortly after a week here he's back.
And just, I know I seem to ask about him all the time, but what kind of player is Artem Zub from what you've seen in practice?
You know what? He's hard to play against. He, in the scrimmage, Brady Tkachuk was going after him when, earlier on in camp. And he's just one of those guys that makes it hard to get to the net. I think he can make simple plays. I think he's just your steady Eddie guy that doesn't give up free ice. And I think if he gets an opportunity, I think people will like him.